Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to create this look using the Gemini palette from Melt Cosmetics. I just felt like a green look would go great with my copper hair. Yeah, so if you want to see how I created, please stick around. Alright, so I've already put on all of my foundation, bronzer, all that stuff, so I'm going to list it down. So today we're going to focus on just doing eyes. But everything else I'll list down in the description, so if you want to know what I used on my face, you can see that there. So we haven't done some makeup content in a while, so let's just focus on that today. So I'm going to use the Gemini palette from Melt Cosmetics. I love this guy. He's dual-sided, so you're going to have, not really dual-sided, but he has like these nice warm brown shades, like yellows, and then you're going to have like these green shades on the other side. I'm going to focus on the greens. I thought that would go really cute with my copper hair since I went a little bit darker this time. So we're going to start with putting Shadow Insurance from Too Faced on my eyes. It's eyeshadow primer. That way my eyeshadow won't crease all day long and it will stay. That way you also really get like, what's the word? Like maximum pigment. Hopefully I don't get a lot of fallout either from the shadow today. Sometimes they're really like, the shadows are really creamy, so sometimes you can get some fallout. If so, I'll just go back and clean it up a little bit. We'll see what happens. And I'm just going to set that with, normally I would use like a, from the eyeshadow palette, I'd use like a nice neutral skin colored shade, but this palette doesn't have that. If I can open this, I'm just going to use like a translucent shadow, not a shadow, but translucent like powder to set my eye. That would prevent any like weird things happening from the beginning. It's a little toasty in here today and I'm wearing a sweater. But so we've already started to get cooler weather here. It's already like in the mornings in the 50s and 60s, which is really nice. But during the day it still gets up in the 80s. But my house, I like to keep it colder because I'd rather put like layers on than have to like wear less layers. Okay, so I'm going to zoom you in a little bit so you can see exactly what I'm going to do on my eye. There, that should help you a little bit better. Okay, so we're going to go in with just like this fluffier brush. And we're going to go in with Mochi, which is like this warm greeny yellow. And we're going to start that just above the crease. I'm just kind of creating like this C shape. And then I have this little like sponge guide. I'm going to clean my brushes off in between. I'm going to go in with, they have this other shade right here. So I started with Mochi. And I'm going to go in with this more like this, it's called Fire Og. It's more, to me, it's still green. They're all green shades. They're just different shades of green. But we're going to start building that up a little bit lower. Kind of doing windshield wiper motions, blending the two together. And then I'm going to go back with Mochi and just blend out those edges. Just to buff them so we don't have any harsh lines. Yeah. I'm going to take a slightly smaller brush. It's another Morphe brush. It's just a crease brush. And we're going to go in with Leo, which is our darkest green from this palette. And we're going to use that just on this little outside piece right here. And I'm going to get some fallout. We'll just go back and clean her up. I'm going to go back with this first brush again, and then I'm just going to blend a little bit more on the outer edge. So on my lid, we're going to use Goals. It's this glittery green, and we're going to use a flat brush. It's what I use to put on my eyeshadow primer. We're going to use that one. And since it's still kind of wet from the eyeshadow primer, to help it stick a little bit, we're going to stamp that right onto the lid. We're going to stamp that in the middle. And then I'm actually going to leave the front alone right now. We're going to go with more of a gold color right there. I wonder if Gemini... No, I'm going to go in with a different thing that we're going to add there. Yeah. So, I'm going to go back. And we're just going to clean up with my brush that I was using, like my Skin Color translucent powder. Just to clean up those edges. And we're going to dust this off underneath my eye. Just using the pressed powder that I was using. Just going to buff that off. Okay, so now we're going to do the other eye. I'm going to zoom you out a little bit while I do that one. So same thing, starting to make that little C shape with the first shade, which was Mochi. We're going to go with Fire Og. Then I'm going to go back to Mochi and just buff these edges. And then we're going to go in with Leo. And then we're going to go with Goals in the center of our lid. And guys, if you don't have these palettes, you can always, if you don't want to go out and buy something new, you can find similar shades in other palettes you do have and just recreate it with what you already have instead of rebuying all of them, because I know that after a while it can get expensive buying all these things and you don't need to do that. I just have a makeup addiction and I buy it all, and my husband doesn't enjoy that on the cards, but I just enjoy all the makeup, so y'all can enjoy watching me put it on my face and get ideas from that. Okay, so I like pretty much where that shadow has gotten for the most part. I'm going to go in and we're going to grab a different palette that has more of a gold, because the other shade in this that's a glitter is like more orangey, and I don't want to put that with this. But we're going to use, it's a Festival by Juvia. It's the Festival palette by Juvia's place. And we're just going to use one shadow from there. It is, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's this shade. We're going to put that on the center, like the inner corner of our lid. Oh yeah, that's much better. It's not really orangey, it's just a nice gold. And I'm just going to use the green, the golds from the Milk Cosmetics to kind of blend the two shades together. So it kind of creates like a third shade in the middle. Alright, and then I have this weird little like brush stroke. So we're just going to use my one shadow brush. This like, it's a Real Techniques like brush, and we're just going to use that to buff out underneath the brow right there, just so we don't have any creases. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to use Small Little Dude, and we're going to go in with Leo, and we're going to bring him underneath our bottom lashes to kind of smoke that out. I don't really use a lot of eyeliner down there. I use more of shadow, just because liner on me down there will crease and then smudge everywhere. So shadow usually won't smudge anywhere and won't move. So we're using Leo, and then we're going to use a little bit of Mochi, and we're going to blend those two together. Okay, so now we're going to go in and we're going to put some mascara on. I have a new mascara. This one is the new Lash Blowout by It Cosmetics. They got together with Dry Bar, and they created basically a blowout for your lashes. It's like a gentle, everyday voluminous mascara for your lashes. It has soy complex and biotin, so it's really going to be like conditioning for your lashes, and it's just going to give you some natural volume, so it's not like outrageous volume. I have blonde lashes, so I always use black. But I also have very short, very thin lashes. So I've been using this guy. I like him. It still doesn't, nothing replaces false lashes for me. That's just the sad truth. But I have been liking this guy. So we're going to use him. Yeah, I tend to really enjoy this one. So now all we need to do is lips. I don't know. Obviously we have to do nude. Give me a minute. We're just gonna do our normal nude. This is just Boho Nude. It's one from Rimmel London. It's just an easy go-to. It has a little bit of a shimmer. It's just nice and peachy. And I feel like it goes good with everything. Well, there we go. That's the finished look. I'm not going to do lashes today. It's not the weekend. I have work, but Nothing super special. And just trying to let my lashes relax a little bit. And I tend to be okay a little bit with this mascara. So we're not going to do it. But so that's the finished look. Thank you so much for sticking around. This was a short but sweet one this time. I appreciate you guys. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Please share the videos. Just trying to grow the support. I appreciate all of you. Please let me know what you'd like to see. If it's more makeup related videos, if it's more hair related things. If I have been trying to figure out how to do like the health stuff. I'm not like the healthiest person, but I'm working on it, like I said. But I'm trying to figure that out. But yeah, please let me know what you'd like to see, what products you'd like to see. If there's something I'm not using that you want to see or you have questions about, please let me know down below. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bye.